All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, call Allah, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, KAKADASH. Double honors to the powers of Israel, aka the powers of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach his truth and all truth and sincerity. Real quick, so I don't have a particular topic as far as like an article to bring out, but I want to bring out a couple scriptures, and it revolves around the book of 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. You know, because in lieu of what's going on with America, which is also known as spiritually Sodom and Egypt, America is fallen. All right. Now, being that we know that America is Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, that is fallen, it is fallen. But also America is also Egypt. Because, you know, when you go into, and when you think about Esdras, Esdras didn't live in the time of Rome. He didn't live in the time of Greece. He didn't live in the time of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? He lived during a time during the Babylonian Empire in the realm of to where then the well, what king was it? It was Xerxes during the Persian Empire. All right, but what he saw things revolving around the future. Because you gotta remember, in 2nd Esdras, he saw the Lord coming back and destroying the armies, the nation's armies. He saw Jacob is Esau, the end of the world. Jacob's the beginning of it that followeth. Esdras saw a lot of things that pertain to things that was going to happen after he passed on. Revolve around actually Egypt. When it talks about Egypt, the second Esdras, the 15th chapter, it talks about Egypt and all the plagues that's going to come to Egypt and all the things that's going to happen around the sedition among men and all these things. And all these things are happening right now. All right. So what you have to think about now, so this is all prophecy. Esdras had a lot of things revolving around a present day prophecy that's taking place right now. All right. So I'm not going to make this too long. I want to go to a couple. Now, this whole chapter is good in 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, but I'm going to go into a couple key verses. And I'm going to start, I'm going to start at verse 11. And it reads, it says, 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 11, and it says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before." Now, Esdras didn't live through Egypt. Now, Persia is not that far. Persia and Babylon, that's not far from Egypt, but he didn't live during the Egyptian reign. All right? The Egyptian reign was in Moses' time. Now, you had the land of Egypt being taken over, because you got to think about it, after the Persians. You had Alexander. He was in that part of the world taken over. But when you talk about the Egyptian empire, Esdras didn't live through that. Esdras lived through the Babylonian empire into the Persian empire. All right? So it says, yeah, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before." Now, who was it them? Who did he smite? Who did he deliver out of Egypt the first time? The Israelites. Who is he about to deliver this time around? The Israelites. The seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the elect that's in this land and throughout the four corners of the earth, but mainly here in this land. He's about the YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, the Lord, the almighty power, is about to deliver his people once again and once and for all. All right. Verse 12, and it says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI shall bring upon it. And that's what's happening right now. America's Egypt, and what is America doing right now? America is mourning. If you don't think America is mourning, just look at how American citizens are speaking. You can watch a bunch of videos on YouTube, TikTok, social media. You'll see a bunch of Edomites, which are modern day Egyptians. You'll see their displeasure with Egypt, aka America. You'll see it. And I believe Esdras lived around during, like, I think they said 400 something BC. And the Greek Empire came around 330 something BC, roughly. So you do the math, you measure the time diligently. Esdras was before the Greek Empire. The Greek Empire took over the Persians. Esdras lived through the Babylonians and the transition to the Persian Empire. And then what? The Greeks, Esau. That's why Uriel told Esdras that Esau the end of the world and Jacob the beginning of it that followeth. Esdras didn't live through didn't see Esau coming to power. That was a future prophecy. That was what the Lord had the angel put Esdras on. But now we're living through the time that all the things and visions that Ezra was put onto and that he saw and that was told about, now it's happening now. That's why he said, he looked and said that who shall deliver me in those days? Because he's seeing the chaos that was going to be happening in the times we're in right now, in these last days, in Esau's kingdom. All right? It says, verse 13 of 2nd Ezra chapter 15, it says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail and with the fearful consolation. Yo, these farmers, yo, look what's happening right now in the food situation. The whole thing that happened with the whole deportation that the farmers was talking about, oh, we ain't got nobody to do this. For our farmers, we ain't got nobody to do this, that, and the third. Food shortages, a famine. The Lord spoke about famines. These times is no different than what happened in the time of Egypt. But remember, this is a city that's spiritually Sodom and Egypt, known as now we're in America. So when Ezra saw, when he said that Esau at the end of the world, he saw America. So when the vision he saw, when it was the son of, it was YAHAWASHI destroying the armies, this is the time we're in right now. The Americans, the Russians, the Chinese, the Iranians, the North Koreans, South Koreans, Japanese. He saw what we're living in, what's taking place now, or what's about to take place now. He saw. That's why the Lord said, what? My word is faithful and true. So what he saw, the angel said what? For Esau the end of the world, and Jacob the beginning of it that followed. Esau didn't rule, and Ezra didn't see Esau rule. So now we're in the time that Ezra saw a couple hundred years beforehand. Well, actually not a couple, but like almost like 200 was like 400. I think he lived around 460, 50 something BC. The Alexander and all them, he came around 330 something BC. So roughly a little close to 100 years. And now look where we're at now, 2025 AD. So we done had the Roman Empire, we done had the whole 10 kings, we done had the 7 horns, we done had the beast, the second beast, the second leg of the Roman Empire. All that is now come to fruition. All those visions that the prophet saw, Daniel, Ezra's, so on and so forth. Mainly think of those two right now. John the Revelator, the book of Revelations, that's all taking place right now. And there's no do-overs for you, Esau. There's no do-overs. You can't go back. Yeah, you had the whole thing with Make America Great Again, but you can't go back. Each day that passes, you're getting closer to your shit going down. Okay, so this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14, and it reads, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe to the world. Look what's happening right now. They talk about, oh, no more snaps and food stamps. There's a whole bunch of motherfuckers talk about you need to stack up canned goods, non-perishable items. Because now there's some traction to perilous times coming. Because you have actual Edomites talk about, oh, perilous times coming. All right. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 15, and it says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. And see that? You got a bunch of nations talking about attacking America with nuclear missiles. And this is not going to go away. This is not going to stop. This ain't going to stop, not one bit. Yeah, they might not report as much as we need to know, or they might not report as the severity of what's going on, but there's things happening day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, second by second. And as we head into the so-called year 2026, who knows the thing that should be falling upon it, but we know what? The things are going to keep rolling in the direction of getting worse. And then ultimately, what's the ultimate prophecy? They're going to bring out the MOTB. The MOTB was to come out during Esau's kingdom. It says, the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. And that's what you see happening now. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes. Sedition among men, protests, uproars. Not just in America, but throughout the four corners of the earth. They said there was protests amongst the small hats. So go figure how bad it really is right now. Matter of fact, there were a bunch of small hats, top hats protesting in New York City a day or two ago. Talk about the treatment of the the J-ish community. But you're not the real Israelites. Because how you over here in the daughter of Babylon, according to prophecy, which is in the New Testament, but yet you in America talk about how America, the police are treating you in America. Fuck out of here. And it said, the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Verse 17, and it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. Not be able. And that's what's coming too. All this stuff with the digital ID, because they said that, what? Americans can't travel to Europe without a digital ID. So that means that a man shall, so you had Americans that might have desired to go visit Europe, and let's say they don't want to get a digital ID, well, they would have to think carefully if they really want to go. And if they do want to go, they're going to have to get a digital ID. So what they're going to do as time goes on, they're going to say, what? You're going to need this MOTB. You're going to need this RFID microchip to go into the city. You're going to need this RFID microchip to work, to buy and sell, like the scriptures say. Remember, everything we talk about through the spirit of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI is prophecy. Nothing more, nothing less. It's all prophecy. Because YAHAWASHI is what? The spirit of prophecy. The things to say before. These things have been said well before it started happening, and the times it's happening is right now. All right? It says, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 18, it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and that the cities are in trouble right now. And what's America been based off of? Pride. It said what? The proud and haughty shall be brought low. And that's why their cities are in trouble right now. Then look what's happening. You got troubled cities going on in America. And America itself is a city. And it's in trouble. That's why the whole talk right now, whole rhetoric right now is war. All right? And it says, for because of their pride, cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. It says that men shall be afraid. So how bad is it going to get that you got these tough guys all afraid? So he said what? He saw men with hands on their loins. And panic mode, fearful. Because why? They don't have the fear of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. The scripture said what? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. So those men is going to be afraid. Those going to be the men that didn't take heed to this wisdom and the words that's spoken but of the prophets seriously. They didn't take it seriously. And then the rest of the other people, they didn't take this truth seriously. They didn't take the minute they kept walking past, talking shit about the people in their personal lives that was in the truth, talking shit about. They didn't take it seriously. So as time goes on, it's going to get more serious to where like, yo, you're going to have to take heed to what you heard. And now the Lord's going to have a famine of hearing the word, so you're not going to hear it like that. The Lord said what? Hold up. Let me get a quick preset real quick. Oops, shit. Now I know what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do, hold up. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 33, and it reads, but whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. See? He that hearkeneth unto me. Now, how do you hearken unto the Lord? You listen to his prophets. You trust in the name. You fear that name. You fear the Lord. You fear the Lord, you move a certain way. See, the way a majority of our people right now moving without the fear of the Lord, they're moving in certain ways that's going to lead to them being destroyed. I'm going to read that in NLT. So this is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 33 in the NLT, and it says, but all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear of harm. Yeah, that sounds crazy. While all the chaos is going to be happening, but the Lord said what? It's nothing impossible to the Most High. The Lord can deliver you in the midst of trouble. The Lord said he is. In time of Jacob trouble, he shall be delivered out of it. Who's going to be delivered out of it is what? The ones that took heed. The ones that listened to the Lord. The ones that listened to his men that he had out here for a long time. And on this side, in America, the Lord had his men out here for a long time. Go back to 2nd address. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to close out. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. And that's the times we're coming in too. And it says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. Now, what they say is about to be happening now. No more food stamps, no more SNAP. So they say like 42 million Americans are set to be affected. And the government shutdown is going on the 21st day, so tomorrow is going to be the 22nd day. And they say I think they said November 1st, people that receive food stamps, they saying that basically you should keep in mind that you might not get them on that day. You might not get them the next month. That's a lack of bread. Food stamps. Use food as a weapon. That's what Esau gonna do. He gonna do that. The Lord had you've been taking this devil's liberties and his perks. Oh yeah, food stamps, snaps, Section 8, all those things. But you didn't count that these devils could just take it away at the drop of a hat, at the flip of a switch. And right now that switch has been flipped, and now he's taking them. Now you got people talking about, oh man, I had to rack up because everybody saying store up. You can store up all you want. At the end of the day, it's still not gonna stop that America's gonna be destroyed. What you think, you're gonna have a bunch of post-apocalyptic families survive because you got a bunch of canned goods? It don't work like that. Yeah, okay, it's nothing wrong with stacking, getting some canned goods or whatnot, but at the end of the day, what if you gotta leave your crib? What if you gotta leave your crib where all the food is at? People think like, oh, if I just stack up, like I'll be good. Like, that's not a surety. That's not a surety. The only surety to be delivered and protected in the times of these perilous times to come is to trust in Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. That's it. That's what the Lord said. But he that hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely. People are not going to dwell safely if you don't trust in Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. That's the whole point of the Lord's name being out there, and the ones that trust in the name and the ones that don't is going to show the difference of how each one of those people are living. That's it. It says, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, and that great tribulation is here. We're in the times of Jacob trouble building up more and more. And people talk about, people think that, just because time goes on, it's going to get better. No, it's just getting worse. Here it is, this devil, eagle face, Nero, he been in office for 10 months now. 9 months. No, it's actually 9 months officially because today's the 21st, so he got inaugurated January 20th, so 9 months was yesterday. And look what happened so much. No more food stamps. DEI, all this deportation shit. Look how much has happened within the course of 9 months. So in the course of a whole pregnancy, this devil that was been able to bring on Jacob trouble, bring on World War III more and more, bring on a sedition. He's been able to bring out put more momentum to a lot of prophecies. And he's going to continue because what? It's the Lord having him do it. Proverbs, what was it? Proverbs 21, it said the Lord, the heart of the king is in the hands of the Lord, roughly paraphrasing. So the Lord is having Trump, aka Nero, do these things, man. Our God, the God of Jacob, is having him do it. But that's pretty much it. That's all I want to bring out. So because talk about Egypt, not Egypt back then, but Egypt, we're in Egypt now, spiritually Sodom. Let me get that. Close it out with that. Okay, so this is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8, and it reads, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Because remember, the Lord wasn't crucified in Egypt. The Lord was crucified in Rome. But spiritually, it said which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Look at the things that they push. Work and most shit. Let me see what that's in the NLT though. Hold up. I don't know if I ever read it in the NLT. So here we go in the book of Revelation chapter 11 verse 8, and it says, and their bodies will lie in the main street of Jerusalem, the city that is figuratively called Sodom and Egypt, the city where their Lord was crucified. So what key word? Figuratively. Figuratively called Sodom and Egypt. That's what America is. Metaphorically, figuratively, it's Sodom and Egypt, because what does it represent? It represents what? The captivity of the Israelites, and represents what? All that Mo shit. All that alphabet community shit. America pushes that shit heavy. All of it, man. Work. Mo. Hey, work, mo. But now the Lord is what? Now the Lord is sending the plagues to this place. That's why the wars are intensifying. That's why this devil's wrath is intensifying. Because he knows he had but what? A short time. All right? But with that, Lord willing, is edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. Shalom.